if you're feeling frustrated with AI tools like ChatGPT or maybe Claude, or whichever one you use, not really matching your brand voice the way you hoped, particularly if you've given it examples and it seems to either forget over time or it's not quite matching it, I'm going to share with you a really simple yet effective trick to help you train AI in your voice. So if you're new to me, hi, my name's Kathy Topping, and I'm the founder of, or the creator of Copywriter in Your Pocket, which is a AI assistant that I've developed. So, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so essentially this is it. I've called it voice feedback loop. So if you ask an AI tool to write something for you, and what it comes out with is like not matching your voice at all, either straight out of the box, or even if, like I said, even if you've been training it and it seems to forget, I found that instead of just keep loading it up with examples, if you get really specific and show it a specific example of what it's done compared to what you like how you would write, it then does a much better job of matching your voice going forward. So the prompt is this. So this is if it's written something for you, what you need to do first of all is rewrite it in your voice. So if you don't do that, how is it going to know what you mean when you say your voice? So things like saying be more conversational, or write like grade 8. These things can help to bring it on track a little bit. But if you're really wanting to get specific and know, you need to give it a proper example. This is how a human copywriter needs to know how to match your voice. This is a very similar process that as a human copywriter I have gone through with my clients. So the prompt is, so you get the piece of content back, rewrite it until you're happy with it, and then you put this prompt in and you say, I've rewritten this output to more closely reflect my voice. Can you give me an analysis of what's different between these two versions? And as we keep working together, can you work on getting closer to my voice? It doesn't need to be this literal statement, but something along those lines. And then paste in the version that the AI tool wrote for you, and then paste in your edited version. And what it will do is it will do that, and it will remember it. And then if you have some content it's done for you that you weren't happy with, you can then copy and paste what it did and ask it to rewrite it to more closely match your voice, or you can continue with your prompting and asking it to write stuff for you. Now, I'm just going to show you a couple of things in the different tools. So in ChatGPT, what I found is if you're using the free version and you're just in a chat like this, generally a good starting point is you give it a sample of your brand voice, and then you ask it, give it a few samples of your brand voice, and then you ask it to write content. And generally it seems to be okay for a couple of posts, and that's when but then I've noticed it does kind of forget, or it sort of reverts back and it gets less and less matched to your brand voice. So that is where this prompt will come in. Literally just at that point where it's not working, put that prompt in, like rewrite the content, put the prompt in, and then continue on your way. And it does change over time, but generally I've found it's good for like 3 to 4 pieces of content before it sort of forgets. And I think that's because there's a limit to how much ChatGPT can remember in a thread. So once you get to a certain point down here, it's always going back over the conversation, and it gets to a certain point where there's so much that's been done, it starts losing what you gave it up here. So that's kind of the mechanism, as I understand it, of how and why it forgets. Now, if you're using Claude, the paid version, and the projects feature, what you do is you upload your brand voice here as a document, and it should be able to just go back to that and do a better job of matching your voice. But again, it's a tool and it's not perfect. So if it's not working in Claude, I would go through this exact same process, rewrite it, and give it the 2 versions so it can learn, and then make sure that and that will be over here in one of your threads, and it should I think if you stay in that specific thread, it will remember and should then do a good job of matching your brand voice. But also don't forget, update here with examples of stuff that you feel maybe is a better match to how you want it to write, because it just might be that you've not given it enough of your brand voice to start with. So, you know, I find that if something really jumps out at me and I do a big rewrite, then I'm like, okay, well, this is really my brand voice now, so I'm going to make sure that I've put it in here. But I would also use it to just train Claude over here in the chat side of things. And of course, if you're using the free version, it's the same as ChatGPT. You're in a thread and you can just do it within that conversation. And below this video, I'll leave a link to this prompt so you can just grab it. So it's just easy for you to copy and paste.